Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK today. I hope you all are doing very well, and today we'll be discussing the most important MCQs for 31st of May 2024. Let's start with our session. The first question is, recently Geetanas Nausada has been re-elected as the president of which country? So he is a non-partisan candidate and former bank chief economist, and recently he has been re-elected as the president of Lithuania country, and he has defeated Mr. Ingrida A. Imonti. Okay, so Geetanas Nausada won decisively, securing his second 5-year of term, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated him on his re-election. Okay, so who is the newly elected president of Lithuania country? This is Geetanas Nausada. Let's talk about some recent elections that were in news these days. First is, recently General To Lam was elected as the new president of which country? He is the new president of country Vietnam. Recently, who has been elected as the president of the Supreme Court Bar Association? This is Mr. Kapil Sibal. Recently, Mahamat Idris Deby has been elected as the president of which African country? He is the new president of country Chad. Recently, Jose Raul Mulino has been elected as the new president of which country? Answer would be the country Panama. Recently, who was elected as the chairman of Athlete Commission of the Wrestling Federation of India? This is Mr. Narsingh Yadav. Okay, Mr. Narsingh Yadav is the new chairman of the Athletes Commission of WFI. Okay. Second question is, which state government has recently banned the sale, production and distribution of tobacco product? This is the state Telangana. The government of Telangana has banned the manufacturing, storage, distribution and sale of gutka and pan masala that contains the tobacco and nicotine for 1 year, and it has been started on 24th of May 2024. Okay, so this decision is driven by public health concerns, and it is enforced under the Food Safety and Standards Act of 2006. So the ban aims to mitigate serious health risks like oral cancer and oral submucous fibrosis, which is linked to these products. Okay, so Telangana government has recently banned the sale, production and distribution of tobacco product. Let's see some state related current affairs. First one is, which state government recently issued an order to Forest Development Corporation to plant the eucalyptus trees for its financial sustenance in 2024 to 25? This is the state Kerala. The Kerala state has authorized the Kerala Forest Development Corporation to plant the eucalyptus trees for financial support in 2024 to 25. So eucalyptus is a genus of over 660 species, and it includes some of the world's tallest trees which are native to Australia and the nearby regions, and they are known as the gum trees. They feature the gum infused bark, circular leaves and the small flowers. So in India, eucalyptus are commonly cultivated in various states that are thriving in fertile loamy soil. Okay, so this is the state Kerala. The Kerala government has recently issued an order to Forest Development Corporation to plant the eucalyptus trees for its financial sustenance in this time period. Next one is, Virupaksh temple recently seen in the news is located in which Indian state? This temple lies in Karnataka state. Ashtamudi Lake recently seen in the news due to microplastic pollution is located in which Indian state? Ashtamudi Lake lies in Kerala state, and recently it was in news because of microplastic pollution in it. Parivar Pehchan Patra and Meri Fasal Mera Byora schemes recently seen in the news are associated with which Indian state? Both of these schemes are associated with Haryana state. Recently, the 10th Wild Ass Population Estimation Exercise was conducted by the Forest Department of which Indian state? So, the 10th Wild Ass Population Estimation Exercise was conducted by the Forest Department of Gujarat state. Next one is, ZIG currency recently seen in the news is a new gold backed currency launched by which country? Correct answer here is B option, Zimbabwe. Actually, to address economic instability, Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe has launched a gold-backed currency named as ZiG when on 5th of April 2024. And the ZiG is Zimbabwe's sixth currency with denominations from 1 to 200 ZiG. It is backed by the gold reserve, and basic aim here is to stabilize the economy and prevent the devaluation. Zimbabwe has faced severe inflation that surpasses 500% nearly, and it leads to the collapse of Zimbabwean dollar in the year 2009 and reliance on the foreign currencies. Okay, so ZiG currency is a new gold-backed currency that has been launched by the country Zimbabwe. Now let's talk about some of the important countries that were in news. First one is Narva River, recently seen in the news, is a disputed river between which two countries? So this is a disputed river between Russia and Estonia. Why this river came into news? Because a new dispute has been emerged between these two countries over the removal of navigation markers on the Narva River, which is a part of their shared border. Okay, so the Narva River basin is located in the Baltic Sea basin, and it spans in eastern Estonia and the northwestern Russia. Okay, so key transboundary water bodies include the Lake Peipsi and the Narva Reservoir, with the river connecting the Lake Peipsi to the Gulf of Finland. Okay, next one is recently which two countries have signed an agreement to jointly develop the interceptors for the hypersonic missile? These two countries are the US and Japan. Both of these countries have signed the agreement to jointly develop the interceptors for hypersonic missile. The English Channel, recently seen in the news, separates which two countries? English Channel separates England and France. Which countries recently signed a treaty to recognize the whales as legal person? These two countries are New Zealand and the Cook's Island. Okay. Hormuz Strait, recently seen in the news, is a strategically important waterway located between which two countries? Hormuz Strait is an important waterway between Iran and Oman. Fine. Next is, recently the Vice President of India inaugurated the Center for Carbon Fiber and Paperettes at which place? So here correct answer would be Bangalore city, that is C option. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has inaugurated this center in Bangalore, and he witnessed the innovations like the Hans NG trainer and the Cirrus multipurpose aircraft. Fine. So he addressed the scientists here and he highlighted India's progress in disruptive technologies, quantum computing, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So he emphasized India's global recognition in the space achievements and praised the light combat aircraft Tejas as a symbol of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Fine. So Vice President has inaugurated this center at Bangalore city. Let's see some recent inaugurations. The first one is, recently the National Council for Cement and Building Materials Incubation Center was inaugurated by which ministry? Here correct answer would be Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Recently, where was the Emergency Medical Response System inaugurated? The Emergency Medical Response System has been inaugurated in Bangalore city. Recently, India's first multipurpose green hydrogen pilot project was inaugurated in which Indian state? India's first multipurpose green hydrogen pilot project was inaugurated in Himachal Pradesh. Recently, Indian Coast Guard Aquatic Center has been inaugurated at which place? Indian Coast Guard Aquatic Center has been inaugurated in Rameshwaram in the state of Tamil Nadu. Where was the India's first small-scale LNG unit inaugurated? India's first small-scale LNG unit has been inaugurated in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Next one is Business Responsibility and Sustainability Reporting Initiative, recently seen in the news, has been introduced by which organization? So Delhi-based think tank Center for Science and Environment has praised the SEBI's Business Responsibility and Sustainability Reporting Initiative. It was introduced in May 2021 and it mandates the top 1000 listed companies to disclose their performance on environmental, social and the governance aspect. So this aims to showcase their commitment to the responsible business practices and provides the policymakers and investors with crucial data for informed decision making. Okay, so this initiative has been launched by SEBI. Now let's talk about some important initiatives that were in news. The first question is, which Indian government departments are involved in the crackdown on fraudulent SMS under the Sanchar Sathi initiative that was recently seen in the news? So this is Department of Telecommunication along with Union Ministry of Home Affairs is cracking down on fraudulent SMS under the Sanchar Sathi initiative. Over 10,000 fraudulent messages from 8 entities were sent in 3 months, leading to the blocking of 73 SMS headers and 1522 templates. So telemarketing via personal numbers is banned, with violations resulting in disconnection and blacklisting. Report fraud at the Chakshu facility in Sanchar Sathi. Okay, correct answer is Department of Telecommunication and Ministry of Home Affairs. GSAP Skills Platform recently seen in the news is an initiative of which organization? So this is the initiative of IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. Recently, which state launched the School on Wheels initiative? Answer is Manipur. Manipur has launched this initiative. DigiLocker recently seen in the news is a flagship initiative of which ministry? DigiLocker is a flagship initiative of Ministry of Electronics and IT. One Vehicle One FASTag initiative recently seen in the news is launched by which organization? So this is the initiative of National Highways Authority of India. Okay. INS Kiltan, which was seen in the news, belongs to which class of submarine? So INS Kiltan arrived at Muara that lies in Brunei, and they are welcomed by the Royal Brunei Navy. So this indigenously built anti-submarine warfare stealth corvette is the third Kamorta class corvette under Project 28. It was designed by Indian Navy and built by GRSE in Kolkata. Okay, so it features a carbon fiber composite superstructure for enhanced stealth and lower maintenance. It hosts the advanced indigenous weapons and sensors, including the torpedoes, ASW rocket and air surveillance radar. Okay, so INS Kiltan belongs to the Kamorta class of submarine. Let's talk about some Indian Navy related current affairs. The first one is, which Indian Navy ships recently completed their visit to Manila, Philippines as a part of the operational deployment of the Indian Navy's Eastern Fleet to the South China Sea? So these are INS Delhi, INS Shakti and INS Kiltan. Okay, they have visited to Philippines as a part of operational deployment of Indian Navy's Eastern Fleet to the South China Sea. Recently, which Indian naval ship visited the country Vietnam as a part of Indian Navy's operational deployment? This is INS Kiltan. Which Indian naval sailing vessel recently marked a historic transoceanic expedition of nearly 2 months by 2 women officers of the Indian Navy? This is Indian naval sailing vessel Tarini. Recently, Navy Chief Admiral R. Harikumar has awarded an on-the-spot unit citation to which Indian naval ship for anti-piracy operation? This is INS Sharda. Okay. And last is, what is the name of the Iranian fishing vessel which was recently rescued by the Indian Navy from pirates? Answer is Al-Kambar. Fine. Next is, what is the theme of World Hunger Day 2024? World Hunger Day is observed annually on 28th of May and it raises awareness about the global hunger and malnutrition. This year the theme is Thriving Mothers, Thriving World. And the theme highlights the impact of malnutrition on women and children, which would affect over 1 billion people worldwide. So the day advocates for sustainable food system to combat the hunger's root causes like war and climate change. It emphasizes the intergenerational effects of malnutrition and it aims to provide the proper nutrition to the millions of people worldwide. Okay, so World Hunger Day is observed annually on 28th of May. This year the theme is Thriving Mothers, Thriving World. Let's see some important days and themes. First is, which day is observed as World Thyroid Day annually? World Thyroid Day is observed annually on 25th of May. Which day is observed as World Pre-Eclampsia Day annually? Answer is 22nd of May. Which day is observed as National Anti-Terrorism Day annually? Answer is 21st of May. Which day is observed as World Refugee Day every year? World Refugee Day is celebrated on 20th of May. And which day is observed as World Meteorology Day every year? Answer is 20th of May. Recently, where was the International Conference on Nuclear Security held? So, correct answer here is Vienna, that lies in Austria. And the International Atomic Energy Agency's International Conference on the Nuclear Security recently held in Vienna, where it highlighted the nuclear waste concerns, because currently 145 states have reported the incidents of lost, stolen or mishandled nuclear materials to the International Atomic Energy Agency. Radioactive substances are widely used in medical, educational and industrial sectors, and the main concern is extremists using these materials in a dirty bomb, which, though less deadly than an atomic bomb, could cause mass panic in the urban areas. Okay, so what is the venue for International Conference on Nuclear Security? Answer is Vienna, Austria. Let's see some important conferences that were in news. First is, recently where was the India's Progressive Path in the Administration of Criminal Justice System conference held? So the venue for this conference is Guwahati in the state of Assam. Recently, where was the 6th edition of International Conference on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure held? Answer is New Delhi. Recently, which country hosted the Sustainable Finance for Tiger Landscapes Conference? Answer is Bhutan. Recently, where was the Ocean Decade Conference 2024 held? Answer is Barcelona in the country Spain. Recently, which country hosted the first International Rainbow Tourism Conference? So, correct answer is Nepal, and here the beneficiaries were the transgender community. Okay. Rajaji Tiger Reserve, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? Answer would be Uttarakhand, A option. Actually, a tigress that was translocated from Corbett Tiger Reserve to Rajaji Tiger Reserve has recently given the birth to 4 cubs, according to Chief Wildlife Warden. And Rajaji National Park was established in the year 1983. It is located in Haridwar, Uttarakhand. Basically, it is a vital link to other tiger habitats in Himachal Pradesh and in Haryana. Okay, so this reserve was named after freedom fighter C. Rajagopalachari, and it became India's 48th number of tiger reserve in the year 2015. Okay, so what was the venue for Rajaji Tiger Reserve? Answer would be Uttarakhand state. Let's talk about some important tiger reserves that were in news. First is, recently the Supreme Court has ordered the Rajasthan government to shutter 68 mines operating within a 1 kilometers range of the critical tiger habitat of which tiger reserve? Supreme Court has ordered the Rajasthan government to shutter 68 mines that are operating within a 1 kilometer range of the critical tiger habitat of Sariska Tiger Reserve. You can also be asked about the location of Sariska Tiger Reserve. It lies in Rajasthan. The Doba Andhari Tiger Reserve, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? It lies in Maharashtra. Bhadra Tiger Reserve, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? It lies in Karnataka state. Recently, Eurasian otter species was radio tagged in which tiger reserve for the very first time in India? Answer would be Satpura Tiger Reserve. And last is Valmiki Tiger Reserve, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? It lies in Bihar. Okay. Which space organization has recently launched a tiny satellite to measure the heat lost from the Earth's pole? So this is NASA. NASA recently launched one of the 2 climate satellites to study the heat emissions at the Earth's pole, named as PREFIRE. Okay, what is the full form? Polar Radiant Energy in the Far Infrared Experiment. This mission is vital for analyzing the Earth's energy budget, which determines its temperature and climate. So currently there is no way to measure the far infrared radiation that is emitted from the Arctic and the Antarctic, leaving a gap in understanding the planet's energy balance, and the second satellite will be launched very soon to address this gap. Okay, so NASA has recently launched a tiny satellite to measure the heat that was lost from the Earth's pole. Let's see some space related current affairs. The first question is, recently how many nations have signed the Zero Debris Charter at the European Space Agency, European Union Space Council? These are overall 12 nations. LUPEX, that stands for Lunar Polar Exploration Mission, recently seen in the news, is a joint mission of which 2 space organizations? So LUPEX is a joint mission of the ISRO, that is India's space agency, and JAXA, that is Japan's space agency. Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, recently seen in the news, is associated with which space organization? Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope is associated with NASA. Dragonfly rotorcraft mission, recently seen in the news, is associated with which space organization? Answer would be NASA. And last is Probe 3 mission, recently seen in the news, is related to which space agency? It is associated with European Space Agency. Fine. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.